Cool. Okay, guys, well, we're going to jump in. We have a super fun, like, really, really cool deck today. And your special guest, I want to introduce you to our special guest. She has been doing social media for a really long time and marketing and AI. And let me introduce her to you right now. Hi, you guys.
Do you have an alter ego name or something?
I do. Captain Awesome. It's Captain
Right.
Awesome. Jamie, it's funny that you say that because that's part of the presentation. It's legitimately part of the presentation. So anyway, I'm going to share my screen and get this and forgive any awkwardness while I do this. But in case I didn't mention it before, I am going off a little less sleep than I prefer in my old age. So let's swap displays. Hi, do you see this cool presentation deck? Okay, excellent. I did something wrong. So one moment. Please enjoy the music while your party is reached. Okay.
I do find it funny when I call. I don't know. You know how when your iPhone is now seeing a contact and it updates, like it either brings a birthday in, something like that, And so somehow, I mean, I didn't have you in Captain Awesome in my phone, but somehow in the last text or whatever, it created it. So now when I want to call you, I have to say, call Captain Awesome.
Well, okay, so that is one of my super secret tricks. There's a couple of tricks that I do. I'll give you those two tricks right now. One trick is that when someone texts you, I have my nickname in my phone contact card as Captain Awesome. So that when someone, and I do it for you actually to demonstrate what you should be doing. So when someone texts me, you know how it says update contact card? Well, if you're a realtor, your nickname in your phone should be, if you have an iPhone, I don't know how this works on Android, so Anna's going to have to train us on how that works on Android. But if you have an iPhone, if you make your nickname in your iPhone contact card, my realtor, then when someone texts you or exchanges information, you share your updated contact card. That's how Jamie, when she calls me, she has to say Captain Awesome. So the reason it would be good for a realtor is because when someone says call my realtor, it's your name they call. And it embeds that in them. My realtor, my realtor, my realtor, my realtor.
And how do you do that again?
I'll show you how to do it live and in person. But basically, maybe I need to do like a little quick video on this. Does everybody want a little quick video on how to do that on your iPhone?
Yes.
Because imagine you're meeting a client for the first time. They haven't even signed a listing agreement. Then you say, here's my contact card. And when you need me, all you have to say is, hey, Siri, call my realtor. And now you're just embedding them over and over and over again. It's a dope. The other thing you can do in Facebook, and I'll show it to you in a little bit, my nickname in Facebook is Captain Awesome. And the reason a nickname in Facebook is important is when anybody does a post and they type the word awesome, if they're friends of mine or they follow me, it will automatically suggest my name, Kim Lucky. And for years, people still ask me, why is it that every time I type the word awesome, your name comes up? And I'm like, I think the algorithm just knows. But it's a trick. Okay, so that's a great setup for what I'm going to give you today, which is a bunch of tricks. Okay, and they're not cheats. They are things that are going to make you two things: more productive and a better marketer. Because oftentimes, we know we need to be marketing far more than we do on social media, right? And in email and in everywhere that we are, because the more we put ourselves out there, the more opportunities we have to do business. And it's never been more critical as the market starts to ramp up. You can't be the option unless you are an option, right? You can't be your customer's choice unless they know you're a choice at all. And so the more you're able to strategically put yourself out there, the better chances you have to do business. But the other side of AI is that we have a lot of administrative tasks as realtors that we do that are eating away at our time to network, collaborate, and market. So these tools do both of those things. They're going to allow you to do a lot of social things, really sexy stuff, a lot quicker without having to have any ability to design or shoot video or edit or anything like that. They're also going to allow you to get some things that we take too much time on. And basically, these tools that we're going to go through are, I'm going to show you a lot of different things and give you some time. If you don't have a pen and paper, you really need one, or get your phone out and take some pictures. Obviously, this deck is going to be sitting in the Y in about, 2 hours. So you'll be able to go back through, but there are so many things. Not everything is going to be for everybody. But what I'm hoping you'll do is just pay attention to what you think is the thing that you can use the quickest. And then you can always refer back to this. We have an opportunity to bring some way smarter people in this than me in later in the year. And so after we do this, if you feel like this is something we want to dig into more, please let me know. And I will make sure that we do a lot more of this in our sales meeting and even in some other trainings. Okay, so let's get started. You've heard me say this before. The big thing I want you to know is that agents will never be replaced by technology. There's not a person in technology or artificial intelligence who believes that it's going to replace the essential work you do. Our economy in the United States is based very much on the work that you do. You're never going to be replaced by technology. However, agents who use technology will replace agents who don't. We had a down market last year. There's no doubt about it. And yet we're seeing record numbers of agents entering the market. And I can attest to that with the amount of calls we get for newly licensed agents. This is why we're very picky, right? So the difference, you've got all this experience. Most of you are well seasoned. You've been doing this for a really long time. But if we aren't able to embrace the technology that these newer agents, newer to the business agents are embracing, they will replace us. That's the bottom line. And so now is the opportunity to start small and build our repertoire of technology that helps us do more business, have more closings, market to more people. Okay. So first thing I want to start off with, this data. I did not collect this data. This data was collected actually by a combination of social media trend reporting, Google, and put together by Anywhere Real Estate and ERA Real Estate. Okay, so but these are the things that are the things that used to be really popular that would get you a lot of clicks, likes, and views and engagement on social media that are no longer, and what it's been replaced with. Okay, and this stuff, obviously this stuff, we've got somebody talking. Okay, I think we got it. So let's just click through here. Static photos. So that's a photo that doesn't have any moving elements, just posting one photo. That is no longer getting you the views it used to. What has been replaced, it used to be that it was like, oh, it only has to be short video. No longer. What we're seeing is a lot more engagement with longer form video, which means that's a relief to real estate agents because you don't have to try to cram everything you're trying to say into 30 seconds. Woohoo! So that's really, really cool. So no more static photos. I mean, you still should do them, but you can't only do them. Okay. Highly produced content has been replaced by authenticity. I have said this so many times, more than 60% of the money Hollywood spends to create television for the United States is spent producing documentary style or reality television. So let that sink in. We spend more money producing non-scripted content than we do producing, Goodfellas or Game of Thrones. Let me be current. Give me something current. Succession. That's not even current, but you know what I mean. I'm old. Forgive me. Whatever you watch, replace it with. What? Yellowstone, exactly. We spend more money in the United States producing unscripted content. What does that tell us? It just tells us what we know, and that is that people don't care how produced your video is. They care if it's authentic and real. Okay. So trying to be a broad news broadcaster when you're doing a video is not going to help you. Being who you really are and telling the truth is. Okay. Solo influencers, one person getting in front of a camera and saying you should buy this product, not working anymore. What is working is collaboration. How that affects you is, rather than talking about getting up and talking about something, maybe some of your content is you go and interview the owner of a restaurant that's really popular. What that helps you do is you both get tagged, and so you get twice as much engagement. Interviewing a mortgage lender, interviewing a title company. I happen to know some title people who would love to be a part of your social content. They aren't sitting very far from me. So collaboration over just getting up and doing the video on your own. Platform overload, guys, this is a relief for us. What we're seeing trend-wise is that people are no longer caring that you're on every single platform. So my recommendation is, and this is the recommendation with the stats, is that rather than being okay at a bunch of platforms, be selective and get really good at one or two. So really quickly, most sellers are on, in some capacity, Facebook. So there's a generation of people in this company who never go on Facebook, but a lot of your sellers are still there. It's a generational thing. So Facebook is really, really important. I also recommend Instagram because Instagram has the widest variety of people who are engaged. So you've got young people who are engaged, you've got old people who are engaged, and everybody in between. If I had to choose a third, I would say the third would be TikTok, but that's a very specific video-based platform. Okay, ambiguous copy. What does that mean? That means writing copy. So when I say copy, that's like the 240 characters that you tweet, or the heading that you put in your Facebook post, or the comments that you put underneath your Instagram. Ambiguous copy, what they're really talking about is just plain language, like check out this 2-bedroom, 3-bath, blah, blah, blah. Just really plain language. What that's being replaced by is social SEO, meaning you're being thoughtful about using trending words, using words that are trending. Of course, how do you do that? I have a solution for you in that, okay? And then vanity metrics. Okay, so I talk about engagement. We want engagement, right? But people don't really, focusing only on your metrics is not going to get you where you want to go. You want to actually look at real, true metrics. How many eyeballs got on it and how long did they watch it, right? Engagement is incredibly important, but if people can't engage with you until they actually see it. Okay, so this has gone back and forth, and believe me, when it changes, when the algorithm changes, I will let you know. Social media burnout. People are not. What is not hot right now is beating yourself to death trying to be so great at social media. What has replaced it is using the AI tools that are available to you to get yourself acclimated. So let's get friendly with AI. All right. So anybody recognize any of these companies? See anybody you use? See anything you use?
Sure.
So every one of these brands has been using AI for quite a while to serve ads to you. Every one of them. So every time you engage with any of these things, you are already engaged with AI, because these companies are, they whether it's having a chat bot, helping you, or it's automations, maybe, this is all, or even asking Alexa to do something, or figuring out what's popular. All of that happens through AI. Okay, so we're already very entrenched in artificial intelligence, and this is just a small sample. So these are the things we're going to talk about today. So basically, the categories of AI available to you as a realtor, and these were curated specifically for real estate, okay? Okay, Lene, you're gonna have to tell me the joke. That's the problem with the camera. You got to tell me the joke now. Okay, I'm just kidding. I can't hear you. And don't worry about it. You'll tell it to
Clap.
what?
Clap.
I muted you. Okay, so 5 categories. Oh, 5 categories: research, copywriting, images,
Clap.
video, and audio.
She asked.
Y'all are killing me next door because I can hear you through the wall too. That's the part that I love the best. Okay, so Chat GPT, Gemini, I would actually add to this a newer something that I'm going to actually demonstrate for you guys, Copilot. These are all apps. Some of them are free, some of them cost money, but they all are specifically tailored toward writing and specifically ad content. And then images, these are all things that will help you with images. We're going to actually do a little demonstration with Canva. Canva does a lot more than just images, but it lives best in images. Video, we're going to go through this video thing is going to blow your mind. And then also audio, ways that you can take like maybe a video and turn it into a podcast. That you can put on your website or that you can get people to subscribe to. Great way to build an audience. So let's jump into research first and see. I was able to add Copilot here. So this is a screen of ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT is kind of the father of all of this in a way. And a lot of these tools use ChatGPT as a basis. ChatGPT is open source, which is nice. But that's how a lot of people use this artificial intelligence engine. But I will tell you that using ChatGPT, if you're going to use ChatGPT, you definitely need to buy the subscription because it's kind of like free internet versus paid internet. When you get your internet at home, you're guaranteed now to a point, because sometimes I want to send them a bill for the money they owe me for the time that it was going really slow. I mean, so I feel that. But if everybody's on ChatGPT at once, subscribers will have a connection. Always people who use it for free. Sometimes you can't get it when you need it. So let me just show you a little bit about what ChatGPT can do for you. So it's hard to read this, but basically, this is an example. As a real estate agent, give me the 5 most important marketing platforms I need to invest in time to be resourceful. And then when you put that in, I'm going to demonstrate this at the end. ChatGPT, I would say these are, and Copilot is from Microsoft. Gemini is Google's version. Okay, ChatGPT really is going to help you with strategy. That's the thing it will help you with the most, although it does a lot of other things, and I'll show you that. But being able to say, what is a good posting schedule? How often should I be posting? What are some events in Beaumont that I should highlight on my social feed? Using it for research, I really prefer Microsoft's Copilot for all of this because it actually gives you sources, that it's telling you where it's sourcing this information, which is nice because there are times when you want to actually link to the event, let's say. So that's what I would say. You could also put something into Microsoft Copilot or Gemini. Gemini is, if you have a Gmail account, you have access to it's part of your Gmail account. What are some weekly video topics? Give me a 12-week schedule of videos, small 2-minute video topics that I can do. You can even ask it to create a script for those video topics. Pretty great. And then, I just said it, scripting points. And then, you actually can become an expert in absolutely anything. So if there's a subject that you need help with, from marketing to whatever, this is a really easy way to be able to become an expert in that. And, really, honestly, these are the founding fathers of AI. I mean, there's very little that they can't do. And so the next little version is for social posts and scripting, and really you can also do like listing descriptions. There's actually a platform, it is paid, but it's pretty cheap, called listingcopy.ai that is focused on listing descriptions. And what I like about listing copy AI is that if you tell it to put, if you put the listing that you want and you tell it, like, I want it to feel modern, you know, I want it to attract a modern person, once you say, yeah, I like that listing description, you can click a button and it will turn that into like 5 different social posts that have to do with that. So it's really focused on the realtor. You know, Write Sonic is really good for writing blogs. Again, everything about AI is about what you tell it to do. And the more you use an AI platform, the smarter it gets about you. And that's really, really important. When you start to do this, like, let's just go back here, you know, if you decide, you know, okay, my jam is going to be Copilot, then that's what you should use, because the more you use it, the smarter it gets about who you are and what you not, and it will really hone in on your brand voice. And if anybody's freaked out by that, you know, let me remind you that you are already entrenched. Your bank is using AI, social media is using AI. And listen, if you're a person who gets freaked out by AI, but you also fill out quizzes to find out which Backstreet Boy you are on Facebook, you are missing the boat. You're missing the boat, because it's doing very much the same thing. Okay, so if you're scared of AI, please stop filling out quizzes. Actually, just please stop filling out quizzes. Okay. Okay, so next thing is images. We're going to dig very heavily into Canva in just a minute, but I wanted to show this because I no longer tell newly licensed agents to go and get a headshot. I tell them to use an app called Photoleap. I think it costs you $5.99, like forever. And the one thing I will tell you when you use Photoleap is that these are both AI generated for Anna. And poor Anna, we were hanging out last night. So she's my guinea pig for some of this, because we were hanging out while I was wrapping this up. But she put, you know, you want to, I mean, just because obviously this picture this is Anna. This is not Anna. Okay. So there's the cautionary tale. You've got to use it a few times, guys. It's like $6. So you know, there are probably a million apps. That's just the one I'm familiar with. But if you go to my Facebook page, my headshot is an AI headshot that I made using this app. So and then Canva also, you can do create all kinds of content. And what I want to show you with Canva is the AI features in Canva, if you already use it, are in something called Magic Studio. So you want to click Magic Studio from the home button. And if you don't know how to use Canva, you are an entrepreneur. Click on the Learn button. There is no person in this company who can show you how to use Canva better than Canva. So if you want to use it, go click the Learn button and learn how to use it. If you don't have enough business, then you should be filling your full-time schedule with learning how to use tools on your own. You're an entrepreneur. Go out and get it. Okay. So that's my not so hard talk for the day. Okay. Next thing is really dope. So the other thing you can do with images, there's a place called Virtual Staging AI and Apply Design AI. One is subscription based and one is per image, and it's very inexpensive. You can do virtual staging. Now, the caveat is most people can tell the difference, but you don't want to put an image in the MLS that's virtually staged without some kind of disclaimer that this is an example of what it could look like. You know, now, obviously, we don't do that with a staged home, but my advice is to just make sure that that's somewhere in your description, maybe in the comment under the image, so that when it syndicates. And if you're going to stage a home virtually, especially if you're trying to give people a vision of what it looks like, my advice, don't stage the whole house. Stage a couple of rooms. Stage one in a modern vibe, stage one in a, you know, country chic vibe, you know, give it a couple of looks, because staging, you know, we all know the value of staging is people, when they see furniture in a space, Houses sell better when they're staged because when they see furniture in a space, it helps them to see themselves living there. So maybe create a couple of vibes. See the top and the bottom, two different vibes. Actually, they're pretty darn similar. Maybe that's even the same chair that I looked at. So maybe it is the same vibe. Okay, so you can do staging. Now, this is my favorite one because I'm a video fan. Okay. Both of these companies, Opus Clip and Munch, here's what it does. You load it. Now, these are more expensive apps, but this would be for somebody, people who I know are leaning hard into video, which everybody, by the way, should be leaning at some point into video. But I know Emily's leaning into video. I know Anna is working on doing video. And I know Kaylee for sure is leaning into video. Here's what this does. Okay, I'm going to replay this. What you do is that you shoot a long form video. Okay. And then you load it into Munch. And then what Munch does is it creates like 30 pieces of content minimum from that one video. It creates reels. It creates viral templates. It creates captions. It puts images. It will even put B-roll. So do you know what B-roll is? B-roll is when you're talking and then maybe you're talking about finances and then the camera cuts to somebody signing a check or, just kind of background footage. It will even add B-roll, and literally you click a button and it does the work for you. So if you're a person who is going to go all in on video, I would highly recommend you take a look at these, because all you would have to do to have video content sized for every platform, trimmed down, you could do a 30-minute interview and you could turn that into content that would last you for the whole month just by using something like Munch. So it's definitely something to look into. And then audio and speech. Now, I actually use Descript on my personally. Descript is a video editing software that allows you to edit with it automatically creates transcripts, and then you can, instead of editing on a timeline, you can edit on the words so that you can say, oh, I want the video to stop after I say the word joy. It will cut the video for you. So that's what Descript does. But the other thing that it does really, really well is you can actually turn that video. So let's say you did a 30-minute interview about, the market. Okay. Let's say you interview Jamie about how the market is or something. And then you put it somewhere and created all this content. You could take that same 30-minute video and it will turn it into all kinds of spoken word posts. So you just click a button, you put the video into Descript, you click a button, and it will turn it into, small posts that are more word driven. That's another really great way to make very, very different content, because people, when they're scrolling, they don't always click to hear. Often they just want to read the video. How many times have you done that? You've read a video while you were clicking through and you didn't turn on the sound? A million times. Descript is great for that. Okay, so I want to give you some content ideas. Here's a reel you could do. Spend a day with me. Guys, most of what you're doing on video is documenting your life, because people want to know who you are. The most important thing you can do on social media is not share your sold listings. That is ancillary. What's most important is that people get to know who you are and understand what it is that you offer them as a human. So my rule is, in social media, even on your business, in fact, especially on your business page, only 30% of your content should be social media related, real estate exact. Now that's like, what's I'm going to do with the other 70%? Let's have a consultation, because you need to be you need to show that you need to be demonstrating who you are, because that's what people care about. They want to know who you are. So what am I always telling Jamie? Post more stuff about Reed. He's post about Oklahoma. I post a lot of stuff about the University of Alabama. Why? Because I believe in putting the absolute best content on social media. No, I'm kidding. I do that because people need to know what it's like to work with me. They don't care what I know until they're bought into who I am. And so you need to, 70% of your content really needs to demonstrate who you are. And you can demonstrate in that 70%, you can demonstrate your knowledge of the area without getting all real estate-y. Think about it this way. and I've said this before, and I'll continue to say it. Social media is media that is meant to be social, right? So think of it as a digital cocktail party. Have you ever been to a mixer? You've been to a chamber mixer or some kind of little cocktail party, right? With a lot of people that some you know, some you don't. Who do you want to spend time with? The person who spends their whole time talking about their business? Or do you want to be with the person who's giving you value, who's asking you about you, who's, talking about life? That's the person you want to connect with. And social media is not a place to sell as much as it's a place to connect. And part of that connection is selling. But most of that connection is just connecting. Okay. So spend a day with me. What's it like? Day in the life of a realtor, and that wouldn't just be everything you did as a realtor. It would be like, I had a friend who did this. What did she call it? Oh, show me your morning mug. And every morning she would take a picture of herself with a different mug, and she would like, show me your morning mug. She put it on in the morning, and she got great people viewed it, people shared it, everybody was wanting to show their mug. Nothing to do with real estate, but absolutely connected to her people. Maybe a photo carousel rather than one photo, a carousel of same kind of thing. Spend a day, but it's a photo carousel. Maybe show off your awards, or how about this? Show off your awards your buddies won. Really proud of Emily, Rookie of the Year, ERA, real estate. Show that. Believe me, you're not going to lose business lifting someone up. I mean, you're only going to endear yourself. One question, I wish nobody ever does this, and I say it every time. You could become a video maven. What's a maven for a man? A video, like a video? You could be a king and the queen of social media if you would, for one, few minutes every week, answer one question live on camera that someone asked you that week about real estate. Honestly, it's the easiest thing in the world, and nobody ever does it. Highlights of this month's closing. This is a lot better than a million. Rather than doing 50, posts that say this closed in 3 days. Do a reel that has a highlight of all the closings you had. Now that's a far more powerful. This was a big theme at Fuel, and I love it. What's a reel you could do that makes be so good you can't be ignored? What does that mean? I mean, this is a cool quote that people say a lot. Do a reel. And then, guys, you saw my Marketing Monday moment because I texted it to all of you. We are entering the most negative space that we have in the United States every 4 years, right? Because apparently the only way we know how to politic in this country is by slinging arrows in every direction. And everybody does it. This is nonpartisan. But it's an opportunity for you because there's a lot of negative noise. You have an opportunity to be positive. So if I'm you, I am leaning heavily, heavily into positivity. Put positivity, because guess what? People are going to be so relieved to see it that it's going to draw them to you. So that's not just a spiritual thought. It's also a strategic thing. Okay, so we have, I want to show you who's ready to see a little bit of AI in action. Okay, so I want to show you, I got to share my screen in a different way. One moment. Please enjoy the music while your party is reached. Share screen. Okay, and here we go. So Microsoft Copilot, this is what I've been using lately. You don't have to pay for Microsoft Copilot. They do have a paid version, but there's no environment where I think anybody in this company needs the paid version. If you have a subscription to any Microsoft product, from Outlook to Excel, if you can open Excel, then you have an ability to do this. My caveat is that if you use an American email address, you do not have access to that, because that email address, unless you have paid for an additional Word, Excel, all PowerPoint, that login's not going to get you Copilot. I have it because, I'm an employee. I have an employee access, which gives me all those tools. So anyway, that's that. There are 2 ways to use Copilot. There's the chat, which if you've ever used Copilot, it's the traditional way. You just put something in. It also, every day, it gives you different prompts to kind of help you figure out what to say. So Okay, let's see. Well, that feels, here's one. Here's a prompt. Organize, create a table that helps me plan lunches for the next 2 weeks. AI is all about specificity. Be as specific as you can. So I'm going to use one of those and see what it does. So that's what I asked. Create a table that helps me plan lunches for the next 2 weeks. Pretty cool.
Well,
What's really cool is that I can go and open it in Excel. It's created an Excel file for me. Isn't that insane? And what I like about Copilot over the others is that it gives you the site. It cites where it pulled the recipes. So that when you're doing things for social media, let's say, or doing research, so that's one way, okay? In Copilot, if you keep using this window without creating a new topic, every prompt you put in will be related to the prompt ahead of you, right? So I could say, can you make a menu for 2 weeks? Create is a better word. Can you create a menu for 2 weeks that has only 1,500 calories? I don't think I spelled that right. Yeah. And actually, it's create a menu. And see, it did a 2-week meal plan because I added it. It knows I want a meal plan, so I didn't have to say that again. And so now it's, look at that. That's pretty dope, right? Okay, so we're going to stop this. I'm going to go to a new topic, which is going to bring me back here. You have a conversation style. Search around. This is kind of more creative. It runs a little slower on more creative because it's thinking more outside of the box. Balanced is probably what you should do. Precise is if you just are looking for facts. Okay, precise is the fastest. So the other thing that I think is really interesting is you have Copilot where you can do the chats, right? And you also have Notebook. And what works about Notebook is that you can refine your prompt if you didn't get what you wanted. So why is Kim Lucky called Captain Awesome? Let's find out. Yeah. Isn't that weird? Yeah. And if I want to write 3 paragraphs about why Kim Lucky is called Captain Awesome. So I'm revising my prompt and it's like, okay, let me see what I can do. So now I know I need 3 paragraphs. So this is a little scary because I haven't seen what they were going to write. Encapsulates. That's funny. A fitting tribute. No, the reason that my nickname is Captain Awesome is because I was at a company where I was working for someone and I was surpassing that person a little, and I worried about having a title that would make her feel like I kind of overtook her, but we just had different skill sets. So I said, well, my new title is Captain Awesome, and that's not intimidating to anyone. That's literally why. So, okay, who cares about that? Now let's go over to, well, let me show you this. Write a listing description for, I'm going to put my house, 695 Peyton Drive in Beaumont, Texas. that makes it appealing for a small family first home purchase. Let's see what it does. My house is not on the market. I mean, obviously, and can you guys see what it's doing right now?
Yeah. And it already knew the bedrooms and baths. That's pretty cool. Wow.
Now, I did family's first home purchase to demonstrate something. So there's some things in here that you cannot put in a listing presentation description. Anybody want to open your mic and tell me why? It's not named Jamie Hensley. Fair housing. Fair housing. So AI, even the AI that's focused on listing descriptions for realtors, is not very good at the complicated yet important work of ensuring that we don't say no words like friendly neighborhoods okay, safety and community, close to schools is good, but there's something in here I read. Perfect for family gatherings. It should be perfect for great gatherings, right? You really can't say it's for family gatherings. I don't think you can say that. But the point is that
I wouldn't want you to say known for its safety.
Safety either. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to say safe. You want to. So the point is that I demonstrate this because this can really work. Watch this. Write a 4-paragraph listing description for this copy. Format this copy to go into a printed brochure. So watch how it changes when I give it specifics about where this copy is going to go. See, family home. Can't say that. But it's because I put family in the descriptor, right? So I kind of told it to do something it shouldn't do. But I did that really to demonstrate that it's not one and done. You need to go and read it. You need to make sure it's accurate, because here's another thing. It used to have 2 full bathrooms, but it's been renovated and it only has 1 bigger bathroom now. So that's another thing, it's using all the information out in the world and putting it into one, but it does get some things wrong, but it doesn't get a lot wrong. So, but my point is that imagine, you can do this for every single listing, and it's going to, instead of taking however long it takes you to come up with great copy, it's going to take you a much shorter amount of time, but you do have to read it and you do have to edit it. Okay. So last thing that I want to show you is something completely bitchin' in Canva. So, hey guys, if you're not using Canva, you can see right here how often I use it. I use it a lot for a lot of different things. And I'm a designer. Now there's a lot, usually when I use something, I start it here and then I move it into Illustrator to do some things that this can't do. But those are like professional printing things, bleed marks and whatnot. But if you go right here, can you guys see what this says? I know it's kind of small. Maybe I can make the screen bigger. Is that better? Okay. So you see right under the home button, it says Magic Studio. So we're going to go to the Magic Studio. The Magic Studio is where AI lives. And what's great is that it will actually teach you how to use this stuff. Okay. All kinds of things. But let's do Magic Design for video. So it tells you what it's going to do. So you upload up to 10 videos or images or both, and then you use AI. So here we're going to go. It's automatically going to pull it for a reel. because that's what this really is used for, are like Instagram reels or stories. It's perfectly sized for reels and stories. Okay, and for TikToks. So let's say I'm gonna go. All right. I'm going to do this house. So I'm going to pick out 10. I don't even know that these are all the same house, but I'm going to pick out, so I've got 4, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8's fine. Okay, so right here, I don't have very much window. So I'm going to say video to promote my new listing at 695 Peyton Drive. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. And then I'm going to click generate. So check this out, you guys. Okay, tell me if you can hear the music.
How did it? I don't even know. I mean, how does
Black
it know?
Mirror, man. And then
How
I
does
can edit it.
How does it know it's a
Yeah.
bathroom, and how does it know it's a kitchen? I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's
It's
incredible.
crazy. And then the cool thing is, you can, if you don't like this, you can just, you can create new music, maybe you need longer music. Oh, I need music, photos, video, audio. Okay, so I'm going to go to audio. I've got celebrate. Let's put celebrate in. See, and this is where, guys, I'm going to highly encourage you. I'm going to encourage you to do what? If you don't know how to do this, what do we need to do?
Learn button.
Learn, okay? But see, really easy. All I did was go into audio. I replaced it. Do I like this? Let me find out. That'll work. It's longer. And now, it's really missing? What's missing is my photo. And so since I am, I'm going to I'm Emily. I'm going to add myself to it, okay? And I'm going to use some other tools. I'm going to edit the photo here. And I'm going to do BG remover, background remover. Look at that. Boom. And now I'm going to say, I'm going to add some text. And I'm not even going to change this because this is exactly who Emily is. And then hopefully I've done a good job and I have all my logos in here. So, I'm going to put my logo in there so I'm brand compliant, because Lord knows I don't want to get in trouble from the brand police. And then, oh, you know what I'm missing? What do they do? I need a call to action. Okay. And look, so check it out. Let's play the whole thing. So
It's great.
pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
All right, guys, it is 10:31. That's all I got. Anybody have any questions?
No, I would say yay. Yay for Kim. Make it easy. I mean, to do that, to show out, that's super easy.
4 minutes. 4 minutes. And I didn't do anything that anybody on this call couldn't do. 4 minutes to create. Now, here's what I want to tell you. ERA provides a lot of tools to help you promote your listing. And those tools are still important. Just because you're getting a pan and scan video from Social Boost doesn't mean you don't need to do a reel. Guys, your job is to attract buyers to that listing. That's your job. That's the thing you do that nobody else can do. Is your job is to market that home, right? We've been in a market where we really haven't had to do that too much. The listing itself did the work for us. We're getting out of that market now. So these tools are so yes, you still have the tools you get from ERA, but you need to supplement those tools with something like what I just did. Put it on your reels, put it on your stories, make sure there's a place where they can reach you. Because not only will that help you sell your listings, it will also help you let potential sellers know that you're good at this. And other buyers know that, look at you, you're good at this. You know what you're doing. You could do reels on, if you're an agent who doesn't have any listings right now, you should be looking up, going to American Connect or the MLS, seeing what listings are available. And you should be saying, hey, Lene, can I go in and do a video of your listing? And you put it up on social media. You should absolutely be doing that.
100%. There's not any agent here that wouldn't want you to help promote their listing.
Absolutely. And it's what I like to call paid training, because you could get a buyer out of that, or you could, even better, you could get a seller. Yeah. And the talk track is, this is how I list how I market a home. Let me show you what I do. So guys, any more questions? If not, I'm gonna let you go. It's 10:33. We started at 10:35. So Lene, I kept my promise.
Have a great
rest. Beaumont. Yeah, if you're in Beaumont, they are going on a caravan. Got a couple houses, including our newly licensed agents.
Orange will be there next week. Kim and I.
Yeah, we'll. Yep, it'll be the Jamie and Kim show.
I believe we actually have 4, so that's exciting.
Oh, 4. Cool. All right, guys, have fun. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Remember, in just 4 minutes, you can be cold, smooth, and tasty like me. Ka-chow.
No dogs.
Oh, wow.
That is the best way to end anything at all. That may stay in this recording.
We have a comedian in every office.
I think Beaumont has more than we need.
It keeps the slide area happy.
Yeah, it is. Well, smooth and classy. Cold, smooth, and classy.
Oh, cold, smooth, and classy. That's a good
Cold, smooth. You know what? It sounds like that song, Funky Cold Medina. You remember? No, you don't remember that because you weren't born.
I do.
You do? Funky, cold, smooth, and classy.
Tone low.
Little tone low. That's right. All right, guys. Have an awesome day. We'll see you later. Bye.